Wow, look at this old video. It was absolutely terrible, so today I just want to update it with the newest traps and my current opinions. The traps in Piggy are all helpful in different ways and everyone has their own opinions, so please share them. Now let's begin. I myself has used this trap a few times and oh my gosh, it does not help at all. The trap functions is that it covers the screen of the player being hit for 6 seconds. You get 8 traps and the traps are absolutely tiny. They are the easiest thing to dodge. I see almost no functionality to these at all. They might throw off a noob on their path for a few seconds, but elsewhere, it's useless. Please just don't use this trap. It's trash, it's bad. Moving on. The teleporter trap is a trap that makes you able to travel across the map quickly and surprise players. But the problem is that when you step on the platform, it takes you 7 seconds for you to be able to move again. But it's still good in some situations. In extremely large maps, it can be helpful, but it takes a lot of time to set up. I think the much more efficient way of killing good players is just to use traps to try to trick them, not using this thing. Yeah, it can be good in some instances, but I don't really find it that helpful. The slow trap slows you down for about 6 seconds, and this trap can be helpful in some circumstances. But you're not able to close off rooms to people or block the vents, which is a huge downside. Though it has a poor use, there is a big amount of traps you get. You get 10 traps, which is a really big amount. I only really see this trap as useful when you're chasing someone, and if they get stuck, you get a huge advantage. Though, if the piggy is far away and you get stuck in it, it makes it useless. Finally, the first trap that actually stops you in your place. There are 8 of these traps and it lasts half a second longer than the normal trap, which is okay. If you ever needed that half a second, good for you. But the only problem is said in the name. This thing's tiny. I myself has never been hit by a small trap on accident. It's so extremely easy to dodge because it's way too small. I see no reason at all to use this instead of the default trap except for that half a second. It's really bad, but at least it stops you. The Tombstone trap is a trap that spawns a some Piggy until someone dies. You get 2 of these and the trap is pretty helpful in small maps, but the some Piggies are still really slow. It was of course to balance them, but it makes them really easy to dodge. Some Piggy's music is also bass boosted, so I don't get surprised by one around the corner, making it pretty easy to dodge them. Having 2 bots chase you is still really difficult and helpful, so I can find the use in this trap. But I still overall prefer traps that stun you. The default trap is a normal trap that everyone starts out with, and I'd say that it's pretty good. They last a good amount of seconds and you get 8 of them. That's a really good amount actually. They can be easily dodged by professional players, but it's still really easy to get caught in them. They are extremely helpful and the amount you get is still really good and solid. I still prefer to use the better traps, but this one is still really good. The alarm trap is a trap that notifies you on where the player that gets stuck is. The trap can be helpful at times, especially in big maps, but I don't see it as useful most of the time except if you're looking for a player at the end of the match. The trap lasts as long as the default trap, but you don't get the same amount. The alarm traps are also the same size as the default trap, making it easy to dodge them. Overall, I would still choose this over the default trap, but it's still not as good as the top 2. The big trap is so hard to dodge, it's gigantic. Putting it in front of a door will almost always guarantee someone getting stuck, though there are still downsides. You only get 4 traps and it only lasts for 4 seconds. But I still find it very useful because of how easy someone can get stuck in one of these traps. This used to be the best trap, but it was tough because one got a buff. The black hole trap had the amount of being 2 last time, but it was buffed to 4, easily making it the best. When you get close to the trap, it will begin to pull you towards it, therefore making it impossible to jump over it when in the door. It's also half a second longer than the big trap, making it superior. It can also pull people from other directions, not just doors, making it extremely helpful. It's the best trap by a long margin, making it amazing and the one I use all the time. Thank you so much for watching this video and I hope you enjoyed. If Manytoon once again decides to ruin my life by making another trap, I will make the updated ranking in the description. Also, only 14% of the people watching my channel are actually subscribed, so please consider doing it if you enjoy my content. Thanks for watching and goodbye!